Hey everyone, it's Mike Michalowicz, and I am coming to the 2014 boot camp with Robin Robbins, and I'm telling you, you guys better be there. Why? Because we're going to be tackling the most important and significant issue, challenge, opportunity, whatever you want to call it, every entrepreneur faces and no one talks about, and it's profitability. And I know this for sure because I've worked with countless entrepreneurs, and I'm an entrepreneur myself. I've actually grown a couple businesses and have had the good fortune of also selling those companies. But let me tell you, as I was growing the companies, my businesses were growing check by check, barely surviving. I remember the days I couldn't wait until that big investor would just swing in and save me from my train wreck, this cash-eating monster I'd grown. There's those days where I was just hoping the big sale would come in. And if it wasn't, I was doing discounts or anything just to get more sales in because I didn't know how I was going to cover payroll. And of course, if anything, I was paying less and less to myself. I was willing to sacrifice myself to keep the business going. But on the outside, as I was talking to other entrepreneurs, oh, business is great. Things are great. Look how many employees I have. Look how big I am. The drive has always been around sales. How big are my sales? I got to grow more sales. But behind the scenes, my business never was turning profitable. As sales were growing, expenses were growing faster. And so then I was desperate to get out, or desperate to sell it, or desperate for something just to save the situation. Well, after going through that twice and having the good fortune of selling, because that is how you make one way to make a lot of money, I decided, how am I going to be profitable from day one? So selling the business isn't my way out, or a big investor, or that big magical client that never shows up. How do I survive without those things having to happen? And I found it. It's called Profit First. And it's a real simple principle. It's actually a book I'm writing that's also called Profit First that's coming out this summer. And the Robin Robbins 2014 Boot Camp is going to be the first time that I reveal all the strategies for employing this in your business. But let me give you some of the basics right now. It's something I discovered, ironically, in the weight loss industry. After a trying time in my business career, in fact, I lost a lot of money, and I'll share this at the event of not only how to make lots of money, but how to lose lots of money, because I know that just as well as how to make money. After losing a lot of money doing some stupid things in my business, trying to be an angel investor, I hit a period of depression, quite frankly. And it's interesting, when you're depressed, and I don't know why I'm pointing at you like this, but when you're depressed, you watch a lot of late-night TV. And I was watching all these diet commercials, I found that, gosh, everyone is pitching these instant cures. Eat grapefruit for the rest of your life and you'll be perfectly fit. Never touch any bread or even look at it and you'll be perfectly ripped. I was thinking, do people really successfully do this? And the answer is no. The vast majority of people that try those diets fail. It's too intense, too extreme, and just not habit changing. It's this forced kind of gimmicky method. But then I was watching PBS, of all stations, that doesn't run any infomercials, and they had a health expert on there. And he said, there's 4 principles to losing weight permanently, and they're real simple. The first one is changing the size of the plates at your home. Yeah, by simply reducing the size of your plates at home, you serve yourself less, then there's less caloric intake, and you start taking in less calories, and sure enough, you start losing weight. It's a simple modification that works with our existing behavior of filling up a plate, and by using a smaller plate, we eat less. He said, remove temptation. Those Twinkies that I love to eat, and I suspect you do too, don't have them in your house. You'll eat less of them. It's that simple. Eat vegetables first, he said. Most people eat the main course of their meal and the vegetables are pushed to the side. In fact, go to any restaurant that serves you that beautiful steak and the vegetables on the side. Watch yourself and everyone else. They will finish the steak for sure, but the vegetables will be left over. But if you in fact eat your vegetables first, all the nutrients and powerful benefits of the vegetables are consumed, and then you go to your main course and you may still eat the whole thing, but you've taken care of the vegetables first while you were still hungry. And the last strategy he suggested, it's real simple. Real simple. Eat more frequently. Most people eat 2 times a day, maybe 3 times a day, lunch, dinner, and breakfast. But some people skip breakfast or they skip lunch and they have a massive dinner or whatever it is. This guy said eat 5 times a day because then you never go into those major hunger pangs and starvation. Well, once I heard these strategies, I said, wow, if that works in slimming up a business, slimming up a person, can it help to slim up a business, make us healthier as businesses? And sure enough, it does. Here's the 4 core principles to profit first. First, reduce your plate size. You know that one massive account you have, your operating account, where all the deposits go in, and then you look to see how much money's in there, make decisions based on how much money you have? If you have lots of money, you spend it on bills, and then when there's nothing left because all the bills are paid, then you panic a little bit how you're going to pay yourself. Or, more frequently, you look at the account and there's nothing in there and you just panic instantly and make collection calls. If we reduce the plate size of that operating account to what you actually have available to pay expenses and take the other accounts and move that money to other accounts like your profit account and other areas, you will be more prudent with how you spend your money. Reduce the plate size. The other thing is remove temptation. So instead of having just a reduced plate size, you now have the temptation of taking your profit removed. So you take the money as it comes in, deposits as they come in, and you immediately put it into a separate profit account. The money sits there and is reserved and held away so you don't tap into it. Then, once a quarter, you'll take the profit for yourself. Do you kind of see where this is going? You see how this is going to benefit your business? Simply removing and moving the money around reduces the temptation. Now, some people have challenged me and said, Mike, this sounds like it's a shell game. I'm just moving money around. Yeah, you are just moving your money around logically, but humans are not logical. From an emotional basis, it changes everything because we look at a smaller compressed account, our operating account, and then behave accordingly, more frugally. We see that profit account accumulating, and you go into celebratory money mode. Like, look at how much money is coming to me. And by the way, this principle isn't anything new. It's just newly applied to business, to entrepreneurs, because this has been in 401ks forever. The greatest saving mechanism of all time in U.S. history is the 401k, but it's for employees. So as they take their salary, 10, 15% of this money gets reserved away, and they adjust their lifestyle off the remaining amount. Well, with this profit first mentality, your business's lifestyle will be adjusted to what's available in the operating account, and you'll be able to live off the profits that are removed separately. You'll be able to take as a profit for yourself and use it to celebrate, use it to do cool things, go on vacation, and use it to reward yourself, not to plow back into your business. The frequency, that should be adjusted too. Most entrepreneurs aren't going through the pattern of taking distributions frequently enough. Once a quarter, you should be taking your profits. And in doing accounts payables and accounts receivables, you should do it twice a month. And there's particular days, the 10th and 24th. I'll tell you at the event why those days are so critical. And the last thing, the vegetables first, you do the same in your business. Every time a deposit comes in, immediately that money gets moved over to your profit account before you pay a single bill. Do the most important things first, which is taking your profit first. Now, there's a couple other things you need to do before you pay expenses too. I'll save that for the event, because otherwise this would be like I'm looking at my clock here, like a 50-minute video. But profit first changes accounting on end. Profit first changes everything about accounting. You know, stuff you were told about GAAP accounting, general accepted accounting principles. It's all going to be changed. Profit first is wildly simple. I've done it for my own business for 5 years. Every business I've invested in now, I've done it and made every business profitable. Everyone I coach, we go into profit first right away. We've used this to turn around $5 million companies that were struggling and barely making it check by check, and $50,000 companies, everything in between, and now public companies are taking this on too. Profit first is powerful. You're going to be the first presentation I've done around this, and you're going to hear it before the book. So that's what's happening at Bootcamp 2014. Be there, meet me there. We're going to have a great time, and man, your business is going to be profitable from this day forward. See you there.